Hey everybody, welcome to Salt Life Builds. I'm Drew, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a workbench for under $150 and only using these two power tools. Let's first talk about what you're going to need for this build. All the lumber is going to be 8 feet long. You're going to need 9 2x4s, 6 1x8s, and 2 1x6s. Because I wasn't going to use my miter saw for this build, the best way to cut a clean line is to use your speed square and butt your skill saw up against it. The first thing I needed to do was cut the legs for the workbench. I decided to cut my legs at 41¼ inches long because I wanted my end workbench to be 42 inches high. I then marked a foot up from the bottom of each leg. This is where the bottom shelf will go for the bench. Alright, so we have our legs cut, and I've attached the wood on the bottom for the support. This is what it should look like at the end. We're just going to put an 8-foot post right across the bottom, screw it in, call it good. I first started with the bottom shelf brace, and then I worked my way to the top brace. You may have to pull a little bit to get the top brace aligned. All right, we're about 3/4 of the way done creating the base of our workbench. What we have right now, we have our 2 support braces. I want to make sure that the legs of your workbench are on the inside so that bottom piece that we put on earlier is flush with the support beam running across. We are now going to connect these using 2x4s, creating a really strong, solid base for our workbench. I had to figure out the width of the workbench, so I went out to my car to grab a 1x8. I'm going to be using 3 1x8s for the surface of the workbench. After doing the math, I figured that my workbench was going to be 21¾ wide. Because 2x4s are 1.5 inches thick, and I have 2 of them, I had to subtract 3 inches from 21¾ which gave me 18¾ long. You'll need to cut 5 braces for the top and 5 braces for the bottom, all 18 3/4 long. For the 3 braces that are going in the middle, I marked out 2 feet in between each one. I decided to spruce things up a bit by spray painting the legs black. This part is completely optional, and if your house is anything like mine and where you're working is connected to it, I'd probably skip this step. My house smelled like spray paint for the next few days. My wife wasn't too happy. To fit the 1x8s in the bottom shelf, you have to measure from the inside of each leg, and then make the cut. Mine was 89 inches long. The last thing we need to do is to attach the 1x6s to the face of the workbench. A tip that I have is to start your screws, and then, after you have it leveled, go ahead and screw them in. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead, like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see me build next, go ahead and add them in the comments below.